I'm Aaron. Welcome to the Comic Book Cover, episode 18. And what did Tom Taylor not write this week? That's right. Special cool thing coming up. Those of you who are Flash fans, Kevin Smith is going to be directing an episode of The Flash. I can't wait for that. He's also going to be doing a special for the Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, and sneak peek of Wonder Woman during the the return of The Flash and the premiere of DC's Legends tomorrow. So my pick of the week, Batman Superman number 28. Why? Because Tom Taylor is on it. Now I've always been saying he needs to be on main characters because he is so good. If you've read Justice, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you read All New Wolverine or his Iron Man Run, Superior Iron Man, excellent stuff. But he's doing a few comics this week. The Batman Superman issue is a three-parter. It's going back before the Truth and the current Batman storyline, so we're going to get, Kal-El in his regular costume, probably everybody knows he's Clark Kent. We're going to get Bruce Wayne as Batman, and it's going to be Tom Taylor. You cannot go wrong with this comic. There's a few that almost made pick, but I really wanted this, plus the whole Batman Superman thing in March. I'm already getting excited. I can't wait. It's March, man. It's Batman and Superman, same movie. Building to the Justice League. Excited about that. So running into DC Comics. Batman 66 meets the Man from U.N.C.L. number 2 out of 6. Pretty cool. I mean, I'd like to jump in on that one myself. Batman and Robin Eternal number 15. And wow, does this story just keep getting more and more hot as it goes. The whole thing about Dick Grayson slowly figuring out, or supposedly learning, what Batman's connection to Mother was. Did Batman do anything nefarious or anything that he shouldn't have been doing? Because you need to keep reading to find out. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Trinity Deluxe Edition hardcover. Pretty cool story about Matt Wagner. You should check it out if you haven't read it. Yeah, hardcover. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2 of 6. Catwoman number 48. Constantine the Hellblazer number 8. Earth 2 Society number 8. Gotham Academy 14. And here we are at Tom Taylor again. Green Lantern Corps, Edge of Oblivion number 1 of 6. And this is going to be picking up where the Lost Army left off, which I read the first 3 issues of that. Stuck in a different universe. The way the power battery thing was working different because it's hard to explain, but they found this red energy. They charged their rings with it. It turned green, and the aliens that were previously attacking them that were red stopped attacking them like they couldn't see them. So I didn't get past that point. So I guess I kind of need to get the trade to figure out what happened, but who cares? Tom Taylor's writing it. Did I say Tom Taylor's writing it? This one's not been verified by Diamond, but Legend of Wonder Woman number 1 of 9, Dustin Wynn's doing a variant cover of that one. I don't know. It was just on my comic list. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Hopefully it did come out. Sounds like it might be interesting. Wow. New Suicide Squad number 16, the Freedom storyline ends. Basically, Vic Sage, but not the Vic Sage that was questioned, or is he? I don't know. But he was, he pretty well turned on Amanda Waller, tried to take over the Suicide Squad, and then just try to usher them all out. Plus, he's been working on Black Manta to try and take out Amanda Waller. Plus, she's got all this going on with Deathstroke over in his comic where he kind of wants to take her out. At least he wants to find his daughter, and it's not a good idea to get in the way of that. Red Hood Arsenal number 8, Robin War 2 of 2. It's the conclusion to Robin War, which has been an awesome story. I'm really looking forward to seeing the end of this one. I don't know. I'm a big Dick Grayson, but I like all the Robins really, but they just kind of all fall in line. Some of that depends on whether it's pre or post New 52. I like pre-New 52 Tim Drake a little better, but Tim Drake's cool either way. This story's been especially awesome. Can't wait to see what the Robins are going to do when they thread out into the Court of Owls. And is Gordon and Grayson going to pull the lid off the whole Court of Owls infiltrating the Gotham City Council? Starfire number 8. And another DC comic that has been awesome. And if you're not reading it, You should be reading it. It's written by Max Landis, and different artists are on each issue. The last issue was just monumental. This guy knows Superman. This guy knows how to tell a Superman story. You know, everybody's always like, oh man, having his powers would be so cool, but maybe not. You know, comparisons been made like, oh, making him more like Spider-Man and more relatable. He's kind of always been relatable, really, if you've been reading. You can't just go by the movies. Superman's pretty awesome. The last issue kind of showed struggles being a teenager and having his powers, and it was a really cool take on Superman. This is the third issue of 7, so we're kind of sort of halfway there, but not really. Once you read half of issue 4, you can say you're halfway there. Moving on to the big guys who keep putting out all the cool stuff. Yeah, that's right, I said that, and I admit that I'm a DC guy. Marvel Comics, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1, written by Mark Guggenheim, which, if you don't know, is executive producer of Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl, so that makes it kind of interesting. He's written other Marvel stuff too. He wrote Squadron Supreme, or he wrote one of the Secret Wars issues, and I think it was the Squadron comic. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I'm wrong often. Just saying. All new, all different Avengers #3. Warbringer's made good on his name, and the all-new Avengers stand poised to yank defeat from the jaws of victory unless they can put their differences aside. In this case, Miss Marvel and Nova. Doesn't seem very likely. A little bit of a teenage thing being played out there, and Marvel's always been good for keeping in with the younger audience, and I'm even interested in that. I love the covers. I'm a Mark Waid fan. I've been digging Avengers. You know, I'm going to read the first few issues, and I'm just still on it. And there's a few Marvel comics that are like that right now. Just kind of like Falcon Cat. I'm just going to read a few issues, and I'm still on it. So we'll see how that goes. I think a lot of it, I'm going to stick with a few things building into Avengers Standoff, just to see what's happening. All new Hawkeye #3, all new Wolverine #4. This has been a really cool story. I was skeptical. Still not a big fan of having a Wolverine comic without Logan, but this is a pretty cool way to do it. And once again, Tom Taylor's writing it. Why wouldn't you read it if Tom Taylor's writing it? If you don't know any Tom Taylor stuff, go out and read some Tom Taylor stuff. Excellent stuff. All new X-Men #3. I haven't made it past #1, but 1 was actually a pretty cool issue. I'm a little at this point with the X-Men that I just think they should have just rebooted the whole X-Men thing. Just, I don't know. I'm still not a big fan of the whole making Cyclops a bad guy thing. It's like making Steve Rogers a bad guy. He was the straight and narrow guy for a reason. He played off of Wolverine very well, and that's kind of what made the comics for me when I was younger. It's just the way those two characters played off of each other. So I particularly don't care for what they've done to the character of Scott Summers. For trade paperbacks, Tom Runs Out Volume 3 came out. If you haven't read Tom Runs Out, you should be. Especially if you're reading Secret Wars. Like, this is the stuff that led to it. It is an awesome story. Like Civil War, maybe better. Hickman, I'm getting to be a huge Hickman fan. I like East Meets West. I want to read that whole thing. I read the #1, the Image First dollar comic, and I'm hooked. Speaking of Captain America, Captain America Sam Wilson #5 witnessed the birth of an all-new, all-different Falcon. Now, as I was saying, I'm not really cool with this. And this may be the issue where I'm like, nah, I don't know, we just don't need another Falcon. We've already got a Falcon. We don't need a Captain America with wings either. Just saying. He could be Falcon, and this comic would be awesome. We don't need anybody but Steve Rogers being Captain America. Just saying. It's a good comic, though. You should read it. Extraordinary X-Men #5. Now, here's one of the ones I've been kind of wanting to jump off of, because, for one, I don't like Ramos's art. I'm sorry. Iceman with that spiky hairdo, and why does Iceman need to wear clothes? Really? He's covered in ice. Why would he want to be warm? Makes no sense, man. Makes no sense. But the story is really good. Jeff Lemire's writing. I like the end with the whole Cyclops thing. Kind of curious about where that's going, even though I'm not a big fan of them making him a bad guy. I'm just can't help it. I'm curious. What has Mr. Sinister done to Cyclops? Guardians of the Galaxy #4. I do believe, if not this issue, very soon Star-Lord's going to be back, and that makes it pretty interesting. Might have to jump back in. Illuminati #3. Joshua Williamson's writing that, I believe. Mighty Thor number 3. Jason can't do no wrong here. This is one of his can't do no wrong comics for sure. Loki's back. That can be no good. Plus, there's a lot of heat brewing between all the realms, and of course, this story that it's leading into is War of the Realms. So, what is Loki up to? He says he just wants to talk, but I don't know. I think we all know better than that. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 2, Red Wolf number 2, Scarlet Witch number 2. This is one I'm curious. I kind of might need to go back and read number 1. James Robinson, I usually like his stuff. The art looks pretty cool. This one's a big deal, huge deal, major deal, because I've been saying, when's this comic coming out? Well, it's coming out Wednesday. By the time you're watching this video, it should be out. Secret Wars number 9 of 9, and all the solicit says is Genesis. We already know if we're reading Iron Man, and if you're not reading Iron Man, sorry, you don't want to watch past this, but Dr. Doom gets his face fixed. He got his face fixed in the original Secret Wars too, so I'm kind of wondering if there's a link up there, I don't know. But his face is fixed. And plus he's being all buddy-buddy with Tony Stark. Last issue of Iron Man was pretty interesting because he's helping Tony. I don't know. Dr. Doom playing a good guy. Something's definitely up with this. It's got to be more to it than that, but I've been anxiously awaiting the end of Secret Wars. I'm sure if you've been reading Secret Wars, you are too. And now we have it, finally, the conclusion to Secret Wars. It's going to be a good book. This almost made feature comic, but number 8 did, so I didn't want to be too redundant. Plus, I've been doing a lot of Marvel features. I had to get a DC in there, and Tom Taylor writing Batman Superman just made it. We got Silk number 3, Squadron Supreme number 3, great Alex Ross covers. True Believers 2, we have Detective Deadpool and Uncanny Deadpool number 1. I said last week, I do believe there might be a Deadpool movie coming out. I don't know why I think that, but there just might be one. Uncanny Avengers number 4. This is a comic I didn't expect to really get into because I don't care for the art. But when I found out Cable was joining the team and Deadpool was already on the team, it's kind of hard not to pique my interest on that one. It's been, the issues I read are really cool. I'm going to keep reading for a little bit longer. Plus it has Steve Rogers in it, even though he is kind of a fuddy-duddy. Yeah, Michael, I said fuddy-duddy. Web Warriors number 3, haven't been reading it, but it's a Spider-Man related comic. How could it not be good? I know we got 2 customers that, 2 file subscribers that read that one all the time. Maybe we can get one of them or both of them up here sometime to tell you about it. It's Independence Time. Boom Studios. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 0. Oh yeah. Number 0. What's not to love about it? I don't know, me, I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan. I've always been more the Voltron guy, but I'm a little older. That was my generation. We caught the Voltron thing. To people that were in the generation Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out, this is a huge deal. And even not being a big Power Rangers fan, even I think it's a huge deal. I think it's really cool that they're putting this comic out. It definitely should help Boom. Boom puts out a decent amount of cool stuff. I don't read very much of it, but I do like Klaus. I prefer Klaus, but Klaus too. What does it matter, really? You can call it whatever you want, kind of like Miller and Millar. I prefer Millar. Anyway, they also put out Showdown Little Tokyo and some stuff like that. But this is probably going to be the big deal right now. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers starting at number 0. Lots of variant covers. Depending, what's your favorite Ranger? Maybe you can come here and buy the cover that has that Ranger, because I've seen quite a few. I did look at the shipment. I had to flip to the end of Secret Wars. I had to. IDW Publishing Back to the Future number 4 out of Tom. I do believe this is the last part of this mini. But they've announced that they're going to make an ongoing series out of this. So apparently you guys have loved this so much that we're going to get more and more and more. And why not? Because it's Back to the Future. Cover looks pretty cool. Doc Brown, man. Doc Brown. Star Trek number 53 is also coming out with IDW Publishing. Image Comics, we have Birthright number 13. Image Comics, we got Birthright number 13. Black Jack catching number 2 of 4. Citizen Jack number 3. Jack and his demon make a bloody mess at the National Convention. Here's my question. This is a comic about politicians and the dirty business of politics. So at the end of the story, we're gonna find out they're all bad guys. Because that would be like real life. It wouldn't be a huge twist. Maybe the big twist is gonna be there's one good guy up there. I don't know. I've heard this is really good. I do like Sam Humphries a lot. Yet again, another comic I kind of wish I jumped in, but man, when you're spending like 40, 50 bucks a week, 60 bucks, it's kind of hard to add comics. But I would recommend this one if you're a Sam Humphries fan and you're looking for an independent story, especially if you're not big on politicians. Codenamed Babushka, the Conclave of Death #4. Descender #9, 1021, Tulsa and Juan arrive at the amazing hidden homeworld of the robot resistance. But will this be a haven or a prison for Tim and his companions? What new secrets lie at the center of the machine moon? I made it through like the first 3 issues. I love this story. Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen. Once again, can't buy them all. Gonna go back and read the trade. The first trade is out. I get that, but if you're a fan of like Akira or I'm trying to think, there's lots of things that kind of this pulls from, but it's an excellent story. Really, if you like Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire, and if you haven't read Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire, you should have read Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire. But if you have, definitely check this out. It's along the same vein. Egos #9, Faster Than Light #5, From Under the Mountain 4, Huck #3, one of my favorite Mark Millar comics. Jupiter's Legacy, Jupiter's Circle, and Huck. Starlight. Anyway, Huck has been excellent. Really love Raphael Albuquerque's art, working with Mark Millar. Last couple issues has been spectacular, really. I really like the fact that he's just this normal guy, maybe a little simple, but he's got a good heart. He tries to help people, and then somebody just rats him out. And now the whole world's following him around. It's not really phasing Huck. He's still doing his thing. It's been a really cool comic. I'm curious where Mark Millar is going to take the story. I think this is like Starlight. It's a little bit different. It's not so dark like a lot of his other stuff. It's a little bit just kind of, I don't know, like kind of light, but like the old stuff. It's got a little bit of that old feel. It's excellent. You should check it out. My favorite coming out from Image Comics this week will be Injection #6, and it's the beginning of a new volume. A New York consulting detective, Vivek Hedlund, takes on a case that quickly invokes a murderous sandwich. That's right, I said a murderous sandwich. And Warren Ellis is writing, so who knows where this could go, but I'm sure it will be interesting. Volume 1 had a lot of that feel of Red, but with a sci-fi, horror-ish kind of twist. It's hard to explain where Injection's going, because as soon as you think it's going to be like this, it's like that. And Warren Ellis is the man. He really is one of the best writers out there. I'm still waiting for his Karnak #2, though. Just saying. His James Bond has been excellent. Extremist, I always tout that story. Red, whether you've seen the movie or read it, that's good stuff. Warren Ellis, man. You should be reading Injection. This is a new story arc, so you can jump in right now, get the trade for the first part, and be caught up. Highly, highly recommend Injection. Limbo #3 is 6, No Mercy 6, Spread 12. Spread was cool. I read the first 3 of that. Violent #2, and oh yeah, the big deal. The big deal. Walking Dead #50, special extra-sized anniversary issue, 40 pages, and still at $2.99. Only Robert Kirkman gives you this kind of cool stuff. I mean, 40 pages, and you're still only paying $3. Try that, DC and Marvel. Can't do it, can ya? Rick Grimes finds himself betrayed. There we go. That's what we got for the week.
And now, it's time for...
And we're back. You see this? You don't see these too often. And it's not, like, spectacular, but pretty damn cool, really. It is number 131 of Justice League of America from 1976. Not exactly Silver Age, but it's just kind of hard to, I don't know, run across a whole lot of Silver Age Marvel. We don't have a whole lot of Silver Age DC. Not saying we have none. I actually found some Atom and some Aquaman. You'll be seeing some of that stuff. Decent amount of Flash too. OMAC. I think I've talked about OMAC though already. I tout the Jack Kirby thing a lot, so I'm gonna give that one a break. I did say it in this episode, so maybe we'll go a few episodes and I'll not say Jack Kirby. But point is, whatever you're looking for, I'm sure we can find. But we've got a whole lot of Marvel working on the DC. You know, you've seen other videos, Watchmen, V for Vendetta, trying to dig out that Silver Age DC, and it's there. It's just a matter of finding it. I found a lot of cool stuff today, but that was one of the cool things that I found just today. I was like, you know, I'm gonna put that in the video, Justice League of America. And there you go. As usual, get 5 or more titles here, 25% off. It's like a free comic. I bought so many comics the other day. It was like I ended up 2 free because it was way more than that. So it's definitely an awesome deal. And not saying you got to quit buying comics at the other places. You can still buy comics there, but I'm sure there's 5 more titles you'd like to have. This is a good place to get them. Also, if you have a file here and you go to the Money Tree where we keep most of our back issues, and there's an excellent selection, and it always had an excellent selection. One of my favorite places to go for many years. You get 10% off there. So there you go. Lots of cool stuff coming up. I'm sure next week is going to have lots of cool stuff. Secret Wars was this week. I mean, what more can you say? Tom Taylor writes 3 books this week. We get Jason Aaron's Thor, S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. I'm actually literally looking over at the table. The Avengers, all different Avengers, man. This Avengers standoff is a pretty big thing, so read more comics. Enjoy reading comics. Just do it for the love of reading comics. Read more comics. I'm Aaron. I'm out. You guys have an awesome week. Later.